As I said before, my name is Elizabeth Collin, and first of all, out of everything, I just wanted to say something to Mr. Sharansky about one of the engagement meetings we had. At the beginning of your speech, you talked about respect. With all due respect, I felt very insulted as a parent and disrespected that we waited for a very long time for your presence. You came late to the meeting and you rushed ahead of me. Disrespectful from your side. Now, someone mentioned phase out so the school can grow with dignity.
He's writing that down. He disrespected somebody.
Particularly on high-need students. 36% of the students in Washington Urban are high-need kids. I was a high-need student when I came to my country. I applied to a high school that did not have English as a second language. Unfortunately, that was a big mistake. I was young, my mom didn't know any better, so she could not find. She didn't have the resources to find a better school for me. Due to this, I felt completely out of place and I dropped out. Luckily, I got myself back on track. I'm a college student now, 7 months. And I'm proud to say it because I didn't stay in the streets. I didn't stay doing the wrong thing. I went back to school because I want to teach my girls the right thing. I'm sorry, I'm just...
It's okay.
We're doing fine.
I'm glad I took that step, but unfortunately, I lost many years due to the lack of guidance. Luckily, my daughter now has the support she needs, and I am deeply grateful with all her teachers and all the faculty in Washington Urban. And supporting me, because as parents, when we have something wrong with our kids and their behavior, we run to the teachers. We all do. My biggest concern as a mother is my daughter's education. I'm not rich, and I think that a lot of parents can relate to me when I say the only thing we leave them is what we can give them now. A good education, good school, and push them to the top. That's all we can do. I believe that everyone at the table, as a parent, can understand my position. I carefully chose Washington Urban. I wanted a school that was going to fulfill my daughter's needs academically and provide me with surveillance, since we all know how teenagers behave sometimes. And I found a great education and somehow babysitters around my daughter, because they don't let her get off track. They always keep her on track, and they're always on top of our kids, trying to do the best and try to push our kids to do the best. And I think that's priceless. When I attended the orientation in Washington Urban, I was more pleased to hear about all the after-school programs and the clubs they have. And at some point, my daughter tells me, "Mommy, they're too strict. I don't think I want to come here." That was the answer. That's all I needed to hear to know this was a perfect place. Probably at the end of September or October, don't have an exact date, I find out that Washington Urban was in the process of phased out for close on. I tried to become part of the PTA. I don't know anything about this. I'm trying to learn little by little. It has been a big support from Mr. Brett and Marianne, and a lot of other people who told me that me out teaching me what I need to learn so I can give my kids and the school and our children the support they need. Because parents, they need our support. In situations like this right now, they need our support. I hear that the transformation was accepted around September, and 3 months later it's already on close down. 3 months. No organization with all the money and with all the power will transform a big company in 3 months. It's just, there's no way. Not even, it's supposed to be 3 years for what a little bit I know. They only give them 3 months, not even 1 year, 3 months. And then the money will go to a new school when we all know that about half of the schools, of the new schools that have been opened are closed down now. Am I wrong?
Failed policy.
For whatever reason that they want to close this school, graduation rate, there's a 13% out there. For the new schools that are not ready, or that 13% that is college ready, for those new schools that are taking money out of our kids' school to open new schools. They want to talk about money, it's more expensive to open a new school. They want to talk about our school has a very high need. Kids with a lot of need, a lot of attention, and they don't see that. They want to put everything on paper because they look better. They want to put everything on chart, but that's just manipulating the numbers. Because when you go, it's disgusting to see how they come and try to close the school only because the building is open free and because it's in a good neighborhood and because stop playing politics with our kids. What has the DOE do to support Washington Urban during the transformation?
Nothing. Zero.
Zero.
How can you call this closing with dignity? Why?
He's looking at his data now. We gave you X, Y, or Z.
Why they're investing money on new schools when it's just cheaper to invest on the ones that we already have open? And then they blame the graduation rate and the faculty. And yes, he did mention the faculty has been doing a great job. But how can you prove that? How can you prove that you're not blaming the faculty when... How can I put it? I'm sorry, everyone. The school runs because the faculty is working on it. If you're not blaming the faculty, then who are you blaming for closing the school? My daughter is a freshman. She's just in 9th grade. What's going to happen to these kids in 9th grade if they do a phase-out? What's going to happen for the next 4 years? How, the little money that they're going to have left, how can that support their education and programs and all this good stuff that they can have?
Is the deputy chancellor listening to the speaker or reading?
Eye contact.
They keep doing schools 21 to